That is probably the most impressive, gigantic, and secured vault door I've ever seen in person or in my life. Right next to the adult video store resembles the Ghostbusters firehouse. Good morning, guys, and welcome to our official day one here in Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Coming to you from our hotel room, obviously, and today is going to be one of a couple videos where we're going to be basically experiencing what the city has to offer. We're going to be walking the streets, checking out different things to see and do. Being my first time here, I don't really know what to expect, but I did do research. I do have a few things planned to check out. Some of them will be in this video, some will be in a different video, some of them will have their own individual videos. I want to start out here in the hotel because this is a place that I found by chance, and I'm glad I did. This is the Drury Hotel. And I'm going to share some information with you about this place, but so far it's probably one of the best places I've ever stayed at, and not just because of the room quality, but what it has to offer and their history behind it. But before we get into that, last night I took the liberty of filming the room tour before we checked in. I should say after we checked in, but before we unpacked and got settled. So check out the room tour, and then we'll be right back to talk more about the hotel. So we are on the 9th floor, and this is our room. Actually, it's quite spacious. We actually have a little living room here, which Lily has already called dibs on. That couch is actually pull out to a bed. We do have a single chair here. A nice little desk area, TV, microwave, mini fridge, ice bucket. We unfortunately don't have a great view, but that is okay though. We're not here for the views. There is high rises next to us here. On the wall we got a nice picture of, not sure where that is, maybe someone can identify that with all the bridges. Looks pretty neat though, both train and vehicle bridges. Oh, actually that's right here in Pittsburgh. Yes, I did learn about that. I think I saw in a video where someone said Pittsburgh has the most bridges in one location. So that is over, I think, the Allegheny River, if I'm not mistaken. I am pretty certain about that. So nice way to pay homage to the city. In here we do have a bathroom, obviously, and it's pretty much tile and marble. Single sink here and towels. Feel a little stiff, a little dry, a little stiff, but you know, not a huge deal. Do have the porcelain throne. Another picture of a bridge here in the Steel City. And there is a nice shower head and complimentary conditioner, shampoo, and body wash. As we make our way through, we head into the bedroom. This is actually a 2-room hotel room. So in here we do have 2 queen beds. It's actually really spacious in here. We've got nice padded headboard here. We do have a digital temperature control thermostat, big fluffy pillows, so looks like it's going to be quite comfy, and more windows with, you know, mediocre views. This is down onto Grant Street here, so daytime I'll give you another look at it. So now that there is 2 rooms, there's 2 TVs, which is nice. So we each have our own television. Space to put your clothing if you're doing an extended stay. Little nightstand here with the alarm clock, telephone. Multiple outlets on both the light fixture and the desk itself. And nice picture here of the flag. Do have a little closet for even more room for your belongings. But yeah, this is a really nice, spacious room. And I guess you guys are probably wondering, what did we pay for this? Well, I'll tell you in just a second. So the price we pay for this is $152 a night. We are here for 3 nights, and a little more than what we normally pay, but this is a really nice place. It was just renovated in 2014, so it's not dated at all. It's pretty modern, really clean. And when you guys learn more about this hotel and the history behind it, which I may or may not have already explained,
you'll come to appreciate why it's a great place to stay and why you should consider staying at the Drury hotels at their other locations as well. So that was a look at our room. So back to our daytime video.
Okay guys, so with the room tour out of the way, let's focus on the building itself. Now, believe it or not, this was actually a Federal Reserve Bank. It opened in 1931, operated until 2012. Drury Hotels purchased it in 2013. Renovations began in 2014 and opened sometime after that. So this is actually a relatively new hotel, really modern, only been open roughly around 6 years or so. But Drury Hotels are known for purchasing either old historic buildings or old abandoned, dilapidated buildings and giving them new life, turning them into hotels. There's a handful of them in different places, which I will put information down below in the description. This one here is in the heart of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. But when they do the renovations, they hold true to the original building. So this being a Federal Reserve Bank, downstairs in the basement, which I'm going to show you guys, are the vaults. There's these huge, massive vaults, which were repositories for paper currency and coinage. Now this building was open to the public for people to purchase bonds, but it's primarily a holding vault, holding bank, or reserve for the banks in Pittsburgh here. Now the main lobby area downstairs where the seating area is and food stuff like that, I'm going to show you as well, is still pretty much original. There's a big mural on the wall from when the building was opened in 1931, and the inside of it is just unbelievable. It's almost too hard to describe. Now, I did take the liberty as well to film those last night, so you will see clips of those in just a moment. I wanted to do it when it wasn't busy and had the place to myself. But the one thing we're going to be checking out later today, which you will see at some point in this video, is the pool area. Now we're on the 9th floor. Just below us on the 8th floor used to be a firing range, a shooting range or target range, whatever you want to call it. That was for the security staff here at the Federal Reserve Bank. They used to go there and, keep up on their skills, keep everything sharp and finely tuned with their, target practice. But now it is actually the pool and fitness center. So they literally, transformed this whole building, but still kept it original. Like I said, down in the lobby, you'll see things resembling a bank. Down in the basement, more so. And then, like I said, we're going to do the pool later, which we will at least show you what it looks like. But just to know that, like showing you right here, this is the top of the bank right here. This is the main lobby area. So just giving you a scale as to how big it is. I mean, it's just mind-blowing, because something so impressive, so secure, so important is now a place for guests to stay. And being that the bank and the buildings are so big, it kind of comes down to the guests, kind of taking advantage of that, because the rooms are so big, the place is so big, it's so spacious. They have high-speed elevators, they have, ample parking, they have so much to offer, just based because on this location being a former Federal Reserve Bank. But enough said though. I want to at least give you the history on this place, which when I learned it, I'm like, yes, this is the place for us. The even better part that I forgot to share is that when you stay here, with the price we paid, it includes hot breakfast. So even though we're during a pandemic, it's not bagged breakfast. It's a full hot breakfast, free every morning, and also free dinner. It's called the 5:30 kickback. So from 5:30 to 7, each day they have something different. I think tonight is build your own taco. They also have a fountain soda machine too. So that right there has me sold. Getting free breakfast, free dinner, and knowing that, they're still doing what they can to please or to keep guests happy is, it stands apart to me. So I'm glad to give them my business and to stay here for a few days in the Steel City. So right now I'm going to roll the footage from last night where I did explore the lobby and the vaults area. And then after that, I will meet you back in the lobby for breakfast.
So as mentioned, down here in the basement are the vaults. And the vault doors are still here. Wow. And just to show you scale comparison, I mean, how massive they are. Well, it's actually 3 of them. And look at the mechanism on this. Holy crap. Wow. This is like something out of a movie. To showcase behind this glass window are 3.5 feet of steel plates and mortar that surrounds the entirety of the vaults. The vaults protected their contents with these armored walls and the complexity of the old-fashioned doors and lock systems. Our meeting rooms have been renovated around the indestructible vaults. The door to the main vault weighs 34 tons, and when balanced can be closed with the touch of one finger. So that's basically circumferences the whole vaults here, and wow, that is impressive. And these are meeting rooms. They're open to the public, but they did hold currency, both coin and paper, and kept a lot of money in here. It's just mind-blowing though how they're able to kind of preserve it and still use it for modern day. I'm gonna be setting some alarms off. What is this? Let's see. This tube was originally used as a security measure for authorized personnel to gain access to the high security area of this floor. The tube would weigh individuals to the ounce, while security scanned and confirmed employee credentials and purpose of visit. So this is kind of like a security measure to make sure no one is bringing anything in, more importantly, taking anything out. This is a one-of-a-kind hotel, I will say that. Quite impressive. And to know that it's used as a Federal Reserve Bank up until 2012. There's even some pictures here of them using like a type of forklift to bring bags of money in and out of the rooms. Walker and Weeks Architects, York Safe and Lock Company Builders. That is probably the most impressive, gigantic, and secured vault door I've ever seen in person or in my life. The size of those pins that would hold that in place. I mean, coin vault. So again, another room to have a meeting in, but these were for the Federal Reserve. This is the original lobby of the Federal Reserve, constructed in 1931. The general public under armed surveillance had access to purchase bonds. The mural as shown is original and was painted in the 1960s. This is, wow, one of the most amazing hotel lobbies I've ever been in. So there's the original mural, which I believe they did update, but that is looking pretty much in downtown Pittsburgh. That park right there in the corner is something I'm going to be showing in my video, and the hotel that we're in is just kind of up there. So this hotel lobby was the main bank building, and this is where breakfast is served and also dinner, called the 5:30 Kickback. I believe it's one of the first hotels I've ever stayed at that offers both a hot breakfast and a complimentary free dinner. The menu does change daily. Looks like they do have coffee machines, fountain soda, which is a great addition. That is well worth the price that we paid to have all this offered to us. But this is, I'm just blown away. Seeing pictures is one thing, seeing it in person is another. And look at the marble here. Marble water fountain. Let's see, does it work? No. But still a great piece. Probably original to the building. This is the old bank elevators here. They do have more modern ones. But this is showcased in pretty much solid marble. Really helps to envision how this was as a Federal Reserve building. Upstairs is called the 4th District Bistro and Bar, so they do have a little bar area here for your adult beverages. Really great seating area, plenty of seating, lots of space. Sit here, you know, read a book if you want to watch some television, but We'll be dining here in the morning, which we've already done that, as this is being filmed the night before, but this is a one-of-a-kind place. I am so happy that I picked this place to stay here and thrilled with what this place has to offer.
So for breakfast today, they're offering biscuits and gravy, scrambled eggs, sausage, and potatoes, and of course, we got our fountain sodas. Okay, so sausage. Sausage is actually really good. Try the biscuit and gravy here, which is falling apart. Potato. And these scrambled eggs. It's all really good, good flavor, tastes fresh. Probably some of the best hotel breakfasts I ever had. So we're gonna finish eating and then get on with the rest of our day. Well, we are officially on the streets here in downtown Pittsburgh. We're in front of the PNC Steel Tower. And it's quite cold out here. It's probably about 20-some degrees. It's windy, it's chilly, but we're gonna try to make the best of it. Do have a few things in mind to check out. One of them is behind me. There's a little park area here, but the fountains are closed, obviously, because it's too cold. But other than that, we do have a few other things in mind down Grant Street, a couple parks, some buildings, hopefully an attraction or two if they are open. But it's going to be kind of like a highlights tour, sights and sounds, things we're seeing, possibly doing, depending on what's open, what's accessible, stuff like that. But it is pretty neat though to be here in the heart of the city, just surrounded by these massive skyscrapers. But I need to keep moving because standing here with the wind is pretty chilly. So got a really nice little church kind of nestled in between everything there, completely made out of stone. Right in front of us here is the William Penn Hotel. Looks like a pretty historic building. And it looks like they built upon the top of it. A lot of concrete and brick there. It's pretty neat to see that the roads are brick lined here. That's a nice shot right down Oliver Avenue. You can actually hear the bricks making noise as the cars are running over it. Now in front of the Allegheny County Courthouse, there's a plaque here that says Grant's Hill. On this hill, the British under Major James Grant were defeated by the French and Indians from Fort Duquesne. Sorry if I mispronounced that. September 14, 1758. Erected by the Pittsburgh chapter Daughters of the American Revolution, June 10th, 1901. This is quite a massive building here. Wow. It says about the veterans of foreign wars of the United States. They even have the Pledge of Allegiance here. But look at this entryway here. Got a lion there. It's built like a fortress. It says the carillon in the tower above is dedicated to all those men and women of Allegheny County who have died in defense of our country and its ideals. Got what's like a map here of the city. I know we are kind of in this vicinity here. Next to that, though, is a statue of Richard Calgary, Mayor, City of Pittsburgh, 77 to 88. Got a nice
gesturely pose, and he's sitting right here in front of this massive archway here. Everything to scale is just mind-blowing. It says this is a historic landmark. Let me see what this is. This building erected 1915 to 1917 for the city of Pittsburgh and county of Allegheny. Looks like it's an administration building. And what I see too is actually lights in here, so I think at nighttime this will be illuminated and look pretty interesting to check out. We'll try to get a photo of that if I'm in the area one of these evenings. See a little bit of graffiti up there on the roof line of the professional office building. I'm guessing that'd be frowned upon if you got caught doing it. But at least it's some positive stuff. Peace sign, a heart, and a happy face. Right next to the adult video store resembles the Ghostbusters firehouse. Engine Company #1. Really old school looking firehouse. Looks like it's still active. Medic 14, Rescue 2. I have a Ruth Chris Steakhouse, but looks like it's not currently open. Up there is the Key Bank. I heard that they're looking for the gatekeeper. If you know where they are, feel free to fill them in. That's just a bad Ghostbusters joke. One thing I never thought I'd find here in Pittsburgh is Snoopy. It's right here, taking a nap. So here is Point Street Park. And although it's just a place of leisure now, there actually is some historical value here. I will post links down below in the description to help kind of fill in the blanks, but this is basically known as Fort Pitt. There is a kind of a picture here. You can see the outline of it where a fort once stood. It even says, "You are here." But we're going to be heading to that far corner point, which is under those bridges there. We'll have a great view of where the rivers meet, and I believe some more information and possibly a structure or two. But I want to share this with you because, like I said, aside from being known as a steel city, you know, there were other things that were relevant here back in the old times. So Point Street Park here, this is just the beginning of it. Once we do cross under, we'll share the rest of it and some of the incredible views once we're over there. So here's a map. You are here, and we're going to be crossing underneath the bridge. And you can see there's a Fort Pitt Museum, which may or may not be open. There's a Fort Pitt blockhouse. There's a big, you know, kind of outline where the fort used to be. And there's a fountain, which I'm hoping is operating, but I'm guessing it's not with how cold it is. I think we picked the wrong time of year to come. But yeah, the Allegheny and Monongahela River meet right at that point, so that'll be a neat view. PointStatePark.com, that will already be linked down below in the description. And of course there's some information here to fill you in, but kind of here for the sights. So yep, I believe the fountains are not open. Darn it. I will share a picture or two that I found on Google of when the fountains are in operation. It looks pretty amazing given the location it's at. Here's the Fort Pitt Museum. It is open daily 10 to 5. There is an admission. So we're going to skip on this for the moment. Don't really have any interest in paying to see the history on it, but if you do choose to come here, it's something to consider. They do have other things to walk around and check out, some kind of information points and landmarks. It looks like Jill and Lily are checking out this one here. It looks to be a little fort. You can actually see, as I get closer, there's little cutouts in the upper and lower sections, and that I believe is for gunfire. Forks of the Ohio Fort Pitt Blockhouse, National Historic Landmark. The site possesses national significance in commemorating the history of the United States of America. A little known fun fact is that Pittsburgh is not only known as the Steel City, but also the City of Bridges. That's because there's actually a total of 446 bridges. And it's due to the countless river crossings, ravines, and hills. And that includes both vehicle, pedestrian, and rail. So if you are an aficionado of bridges, this is definitely the city to check out, because almost anywhere you go here, there is bridges at any given moment, any given point, and some of them are quite interesting to look at. Speaking of bridges, we got one right here, taking you over to the Fort Pitt Tunnel on the other side. This is a double-decker bridge, top and bottom, both serves traffic as well as pedestrian use. If you can't find a good seat here, then you're looking in the wrong place, because there are probably hundreds of benches, and there's an upper level, lower level, and if you're here at the right time, you may capture some barges making their way down the river. But it's just pretty spectacular to see everything from a distance here. And up on the mountainside, you can't see it from here, but there is the Monongahela incline, which I do plan on doing, and there's another one right here. And from on top of there, you get a really spectacular view of the city from a distance up on top of the mountain, which I believe is called Mount Washington. But that is a funicular railway, and it takes you to the top. It's a little tourist attraction, also used for commuter use, because there are, as you can see, buildings, houses, businesses up there as well. So we'll learn more about that in a separate video, but from down here though, this is completely free to check out, get you some great views, and just enjoy this area. Like I said, up here a little bit further, we're going to see where the two rivers do meet. Well, as you can see, the fountain is not in operation. I just came the wrong time of year. For some reason I thought it'd be operating at most times, you know, flowing water, but I guess here it does get cold just like the rest of the state, so it is turned off probably until springtime. But you can see the scale of it. It's pretty enormous here. Big circumference, the big fountainhead in the middle, numerous lights and fountainheads around it. So there's I believe there's videos online if you want to search it, but like I said, I inserted some still images, but wrong time of year. But it's still a neat place. But we're gonna walk around. Oh, and as you can see, the funicular railway is operating the incline, one going up, one going down. They do operate in tandem. But I'll keep you guys rolling as we make our way to the farthest corner here where the two rivers do meet. Much quieter over here too, which is nice. I have seen some pretty incredible drone footage here too on some YouTube videos of people flying, kind of starting out near that bridge coming towards this direction here with the fountain. So I'd imagine this place gets quite busy probably in the summertime. And looking back, great view of the landscape, or a cityscape. Hustle and bustle right there is Heinz Stadium. Great view of it from here. Next to that is the Carnegie Science Center, which actually has a submarine docked on the riverside there. I believe that is open to the public under most circumstances at most times. But as we take a walk down here, right to the river's edge, and this is where the two rivers meet. Pretty calm. Water's murky, but it's a really nice vantage point for coming here and just getting away from the inner city. And we noticed too, there's even park rangers, I guess you'd call them park rangers, patrolling around here on mountain bikes. So just making sure, you know, everyone is enjoying their time safely. There's a big kind of marker on the ground here. It says point of renewal, point of confluence point of conflict. It actually shows where the Monongahela and Allegheny River and Ohio River kind of meet. And this is right where we are right here, pretty much. Reminds me of Indiana Jones' Last Crusade. Don't cross the seal. Our next stop is right next to Heinz Field. The Carnegie Science Center. Supposed to be a pretty interesting place. So let's see what it has to offer. Rocket launch. 3, 2, 1. Here's what it's like to be inside of a space shuttle. Just floating around. And your sleeping quarters. Night night, sleep tight. Got some voodoo here.
I said D-ball, right? Yeah.
Got a basketball playing robot here. Check this out. Robbie, 1956, made his first appearance in the 1956 MGM movie Forbidden Planet. The most memorable character responsible for the cult status that the movie carries. Here he is, alive and well. Well, kinda. Iron Giant from 1999, welcome to Coolsville. Lost in Space, B9, 1967. To see how a robot sees us. I bet nobody's gonna be able to guess who they are. C-3PO, R2-D2, 1977, Star Wars. Leap the Dips. Oh yeah, this is Lakemont Park in Altoona. He's bigger than I thought he was.